Well, Club Champion will be opening in Ramsey next month, marking the company's 7th location in New Jersey. The golf studio comes with all the top name brands and even allows you to fine-tune your game through next-level technology. Joining me now is the founder of Club Champion, Nick Sherburne. Nick, thanks so much for coming on this morning.
Thanks for having me.
So let's go back to the beginning. As the founder, how did you come up with the idea for Club Champion?
Well, it started as a consumer. It really did about 25 years ago. I know we put 2010 all over our website, but that was the year that we actually changed the name Club Champion. But I started a business in the late 90s, and as a consumer myself, I had gotten fit for golf clubs, my first set of ever golf clubs, and I went to my pro, and he did it. And I happened to be at Cog Hill. That's where I worked, and that was the pro that fit me. And the Cog Hill had the Western Open. It had it for a lot of years, turned into the BMW tournament. But anyway, these tour vans showed up every year with this tournament, and I'd watch these pros go back and forth, and they'd get their clubs tweaked. And I'd ask my boss, I'd be like, well, why are they doing that? We're not doing it. And often it was the premise that most people aren't good enough, or they don't want to spend the money. And I was thinking to myself, well, I do. And I don't have any more money or time than anybody else. So golfers are passionate. And so, I set out on this journey to find my own game. And then before you know it, I turned it into a business to help other people with their game.
Now, as you said, the company or the name got rebranded in 2010, already has 150 locations. Can you talk about the fast growth?
Yeah, we spent a lot of time trying to figure out the model. We didn't know, like club fitting is one of those things that, although it's been around a lot of times, it wasn't as mainstream. I would say 10 years ago, if you asked people or if you did a poll, like, are you going to get fit? It was probably 15, 20%. They just did a poll this year that 80% of golfers are planning to get fit for their next set of golf clubs. So, that we hit perfect timing in reality of catching people getting that understanding that they should get fit for golf clubs. If you're going to spend $600 on a driver, why not make sure it's going to be right? If you're going to spend $1,000 on a set of irons, let's make sure it gets right. So we had a little bit of timing that helped us. I think we had a lot to do with that too, of spreading and evangelizing that, hey, if you're going to spend time playing this great sport that we love, why not have the best tools to play your best golf with?
Now, the location will be the 7th in New Jersey. What do you guys look for, or what do you consider when scouting potential locations for a new store?
Well, first and foremost, we're looking for, amount of golfers. So handicaps, people, generally speaking, if we feel that if you keep a handicap, it must mean that you care about the game of golf and how you're playing the game of golf because you're measuring it. And so we're always looking for where there's a lot of folks keeping handicaps. And then not only are we looking for handicaps, but how many golf courses they are, whether they're public or private, that's indifferent. But we're looking for that. And the cool part is and we mentioned it a little bit before we got on here, New Jersey is one of those states that kind of gets lost on people a little bit in the sense of golf. I mean, there is so much great golf and so many great golf courses in the state of New Jersey. And that's why we've been so lucky to put so many stores there, is because there is so many golfers.
It is a great golf state, and you wouldn't think it to look at it. But what are some of the hot-selling items that Club Champion offers?
Well, I think a lot of people love to come in and they love to look at the big dog, right? So that's what they want to do, is they look at that driver. And it is important. Don't get me wrong. Distance is king. You're starting to see that in the best players in the world. And so, this past year in 2024, we'll see the new stuff for 2025 is actually coming out in the next 2 weeks here. But like last year, just to name a couple, you had very popular was the AI Smoke by Callaway, the Ping 430, the TaylorMade QI10. But there's a lot of good ones coming out this year. And then one of the fittings we do that I think is and I always like to talk about it, is a putter fitting. So you use a putter pretty much every hole, unless you chip in. And it's 40% of your game, and yet most people just go and buy a putter based on how it looks or feels. And there's so much more that goes to it. And so I always tell folks, I go, listen, if you're on the fence about club fitting, go get a putter fitting first. It's easy, it's simple, you don't have to spend a lot of money, and you instantly get to see the impact that club fitting can do for you. And so there's that. But we offer all kinds of fittings. We have every brand, every make, every model of golf clubs, and we take the time to truly customize you. I always say we don't sell brands, but we have all of them. We don't sell price points, although we have every price point you can imagine. What we really want to do is make you perform better. We sell performance, and we work with you to do that. We get to know you. It's a relationship more than a transaction.
And it's not just products. I mean, you guys, you sell on-site training as well. What kind of training do you offer at your stores?
Well, we just that's just a small part of our business, but we do, like, you can come in and you can use the TrackMan. So I think most people on here know, like, that's one of the king launch monitors out there. Is TrackMan's what they use on the PGA Tour. It gives you every metrics of your swing. Once you can use it without being, you can just pay for that bay time, but what we try to do is after you get fit, you become a kind of like join the club, right? So it's you become a member almost through the default of buying equipment through us, and you get these perks of coming in and working on the TrackMan or working on the Sam Putt Lab, refining your stroke or refining your swing to get better at the game.
It's fantastic. Now, what do you have planned for the grand opening of the Ramsey store, which is scheduled to open in mid-January?
So we'll end up having some kind of event in the first couple of weeks. I'll be honest with you, I don't know it off the top of my head, but I know that we have a gentleman that's planning it that goes around and does it. But typically, we do a lot of giveaways. We also offer, whenever we open a store, for the first 6 weeks of the store, we have a special where you come in and if you make a custom purchase, the fitting is free. So you come in, you could do the whole bag, you could do one fitting, whether it's a driver, iron, putter, wedges. But whatever you do, if you come in and then you end up purchasing a club from that fit, the fitting is free. So that's a really good perk to call to action to come try it out.
Will there be anything different or new about this Ramsey store that doesn't exist at other stores?
Nope, it'll still be our same old kind of deal where we have, our fitters. One of the cool things about us is we have all our fitters are full time. Each studio has 2 to 3 fitters typically. These fitters are handpicked by myself, actually. I'm still the final interview of every fitter in our company. And actually, I'm talking to you west side of Chicago here in Willowbrook, Illinois. And we have what we call CCU University, Club Champion University. It's a 4-week training course that all our fitters fly here. They stay here for a month, learn, and then they go back to their store. So no, it's going to be the same old great service, great fitters, great knowledge, great tools. And like I said, the goal is to help people play better golf. And we have a 25-year track record of making it happen.
Hey, if it ain't broke, right? And finally,
Yep.
Nick, can you talk a little about your PGA partnership program?
Yeah, so one of the things we want to do is, and a lot of us come from a PGA background, which is why it's near and dear to us. And a lot of times we want to be able to partner with the local golf courses or local coaches or local strength, whatever. If you're a in golf, we want to partner with you. And so, we want to be that club fitting arm. We've invested a lot in our stores, whether it's the demos, it's the technology, it's our build process, it's our perfect guarantee. And not everybody can do that. It's just like we can't, do club lessons all day. That's not what we're good at. Could we do it? Yes. Will we do it at 100%? No. Same thing with most people when they're doing the other side of it. So we like to be able to offer them a partnership program where they can send their clients over to us to get the exceptional service, exceptional fitting, work hand in hand with them with their clients so that their client feels like they're getting the best of both worlds. And at the same time, everybody plays, everybody wins. And so the golfer gets better, the coach makes a little bit maybe income off that, and club champion gets to fit another player. So it's a beautiful thing.
Fantastic. Well, I can't wait to check out the new store. Nick Sherburne, founder of Club Champion. Best of luck, and thanks so much for taking the time this morning, and have a Merry Christmas.
Thanks for having me.
Head over to ONNJ.com for the latest news and sports anytime.